Welcome to BioClass. Today we will discuss plant growth regulators. Plant growth regulator, from the name we can able to understand that which can regulate the growth of the plant. It is also known as plant hormone or phytohormone. These are the signal molecules it produces in the plant and that occur in extremely low concentration. And it helps in basically growth, development, embryogenesis, regulation of the organ size, in the defense, stress, all these things. But it is not like animal. In animal, you know that some specialized cells are involved, specialized glands are involved to produce hormone. But here, each and every cell is capable to produce this. So here is the main hormone in our growth regulator. Here we can say that the plant growth regulator instead of the hormone, the term PGR. Here first we are getting the auxin here. Auxin is from that Greek meaning means to grow. Here basically it involved in growth, and the chemically it is the indole acetic acid. Let's take a look that it's different part. Auxin. Here indole acetic acid, indole 3 acetic acid, you can see its structure. Here some other also synthetic options, the indole butyric acid, naphthalene acetic acid, phenyl acetic acid, IBA, NA, PAA, and these two 2,4-D, 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, 2,4,5-trichlorophenoxyacetic acid, these two are weedicides. We are using widely the weedicide to kill weeds, dicot weeds from the paddy plant. Now, auxin it helps in growth. Okay, so growth in which place? That the growing part of the plant, the apical part, and the top of the plant, and the root also. Now, where it originated, auxin originated the tip of the plant. Look at here, the origin of auxin. After origin of the auxin, this auxin it is transported downward, which is called the polar transport of the auxin. Polar transport. Okay, and in that way it makes the growth of the other part. If we cut this part, if we cut these areas, then for time being that growth will be stopped. Here one experiment here it shows that it is the polar transport. If we cut it and if we place it at this the tip part, an agar block, so if it goes downwards, so that agar block takes this auxin. If we keep this agar block instead of that tip, that the place, we can see that the shoot part will grow. It means that again it will go the polar transport. If we can place it in such a way that that area will grow, so it will bend like this. So from this experiment we can able to understand it is for growth, number one, and it goes downwards and all over the body. All right. Auxin helps in phototropism, that we know. That means the movement of the plant part towards the light, towards the light source and towards the light. How it can grow? See that when proper light the plant will get, then the concentration of the auxin will vary. It means that lighted part, see that this area what I am showing now, that is the lighted part from if the light comes from the source. Lighted part, the auxin concentration becomes low, whereas the shade part, where it's not non-lighted part, that oxygen concentration, it increased into more. If you consider in both the places, it becomes 50-50%. Now it becomes 35 and 65. So where oxygen is there, cell will grow more. So if cell will grow in one side more, another side less, so it will bend like this, and where it will bend towards the light. So this is the phototropism, and here in case of root, it goes that in opposite sides. Okay. So function we have got in oxen, that is the growth, and here is a better, if we can see that apical dominance. So it dominate that apical region, and it's in effect that other part, lateral part. So this is called the apical dominance. Basically, growth is the main important function. Let's check other function here. Cell division elongation, apical dominance. I mean terminal bud here suppresses. Cell differentiation we'll discuss afterward. The phototropism and geotropism, just now that example that I gave. Now in horticulture and agriculture also very important, it is very important function in see. To ripe the fruit quickly, they promote the production of the fruit, to produce the parthenocarpic fruits, increase the production of increase the production of the total, to make the plant strong, to control weeds, to prevent premature shedding of the fruits, defend attack of the fungi and the bacteria. So many way that the oxen helps in horticulture and agriculture. Oxen here, we have to know that the oxen which can easily be extracted is called free oxens, whereas the oxen which can hard to extract, it is called the bound oxen. All right. So next we can shift that next gibberellin. Gibberellin, another type, another kind of PGR. The more than 100 gibberellin reported widely in different fungi and the higher plant. These are actually gibberellic acid. So let's check that. It is 1926 in Japanese scientist Kurosawa discovered gibberellin from the Gibberella fujikuroi, one fungus. That's why name so. So gibberellin are mainly produced in the plant by the embryo, root, young leaves near the tip, shoot tip. All this gibberellic acid. These are A1, A2, A3, A4, A7, A8, but commonly found gibberellin A3. Okay. Gibberellin also it is very important its function, especially it is its function in horticulture. Let's we can see this. The function of gibberellin. Function of gibberellin here, the stem growth elongation. Here this type of growth is not exactly like oxen. Here, if gibberellic acid, if it is available, then the certain area of the plant will grow. Okay. If artificial way, if we spray the gibberellic acid, if it is sprayed, so this area will be developed. This growth will be non-genetic growth. Non-genetic growth. In case of leaf also, monocot leaves are treated with gibberellic acid, so here also leaf will grow bigger in size. But in dicot, not such effect is there. This is called the non-genetic growth. In horticulture garden, it is widely used. Now in flowering to make the enlarged enlargement flower, that gibberellic acid or gibberellin it is used. On fruit also, that in grapes, certain fruits it is it increases its size of the fruit. Now genetic dwarfism, sometime it can removes by the gibberellic acid. Here gibberellic acid, if it is treated, then it removes genetic dwarfism. In normal case, it is not so much effect is there. Seed germination, overcoming the dormancy, sex expression. So these are the another function of the gibberellin. Next is cytokinin. Cytokinins have a specific effect on cytokinesis. Now let's see here the cytokinins about. Here is the cytokinin, 6-furfuryl aminopurine modified from the adenine. Always remember, cytokinins does not act alone. It acts with auxin. With auxin it can act. Now, what is its function? Its function here, the cell division and cell enlargement, cell differentiation. One thing you have to keep in mind, that all three that just now we have discussed, that basically that all are in cell division and cell growth, enlargement, but here it comes in cell differentiation. So cell differentiation, what does it mean? That you have to understand. Suppose cell growth. What is the growth? Growth means that here the one cell will grow into bigger cell. Okay, so that is the growth. Cell will grow. It can be in number also, in number from one cell to many cells. That is also cell growth. But cell differentiation, what is the differentiation? Differentiation that when that cell which looks alike, looks same, it converts into different forms. Suppose this will promote root, this will promote stem, this is leaf, some other. It means that these are basically at first look same, then afterward it comes into different way. That is called differentiation. It means that the first growth, then differentiation. Now here in cytokinin it helps in differentiation. Let's know that. Cytokinin and auxin, when both are there in equal concentration, that here the cell division will be there, but differentiation will not be there. But the concentration of the cytokinin will more than auxin. Auxin when will be there, then it can promote the stem growth from the plumule. And when auxin concentration will be more, then it will be radicle will grow, so the root growth will be there. So it means in differentiation it helps completely, and it also helps the morphogenesis. Cytokinin break the dormancy of the seed and buds. So these are the function of the cytokinin. Okay, today up to this. Next part, next other plant growth factor we'll discuss. Thank you.